Bro, I know two things that happened in Raw.
That's
So-
two more than me.
So it was like it started off with the new faction Seth Rollins and Braun, and they were talking about something they're going to take over WWE and shit, and they get interrupted by Sami Zayn. So they tell Sami Zayn, "You're
Oh, I
either
did see that. No, you're right. I
Yeah.
did see that segment.
I was-
Oh, so what? Let me explain it better for you. Sami Zayn was in the middle of Seth Rollins' leg and the ring.
Huh?
Nah, but that was
Sami
the
Zayn
main
is better for
event.
me.
Sami Zayn was in between Seth Rollins and the ring.
Bruh, that's the
Get all
fucking-
rated R like a boy. Sami Zayn.
It was basically Seth told him you're either with us or against us. You're a target, and they were friends before, so he was looking out for him. He even said like, "I'll hook you up to SmackDown," which
Yeah.
is crazy.
I'll pull some strings and take you to SmackDown so that you don't get hurt here.
Yeah,
Like, bro,
Yo.
it ain't all that.
and Braun was eyeing him down.
It ain't all that, bro. Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins in a team, and you say
what
it
Braun
ain't all
Breaker
that.
gonna do?
What's what they'll spear the shit out of him.
He was given like until the end of the night to make his decision. He's either with them or not. And then the main segment comes, and he tells them to fuck off. And so it's actually Sami Zayn v Braun Breaker in the main event, and they have the match, and they just fucking destroy Sami Zayn. Like Seth gives Braun the signal to end him.
Yeah, they basically did the
Rock
Like-
thing.
Rest in peace.
yeah. R.I.P. Sami Zayn. Oh my god.
The final boss.
the final boss.
Sami Zayn.
It's the final boss. It's the final boss.
The final boss.
Final boss.
Bloodline
Bloodline
rules.
rules.
Cody Rhodes
Bloodline
soul.
rules. Cody Rhodes
Projecting
soul.
myself into the program. They're not showing up.
The final boss.
Final boss.
The final boss.
The final boss of my patience. And I'm losing.
It's insane how we messed up WrestleMania, bro. It's crazy.
No, the final. What do you mean? The final boss can do no wrong.
Injected
Didn't
I know
get
that.
him on the Pat McAfee
Do you see
show.
the
He said,
goosebumps? Do you see the goosebumps? The final boss.
Goosebumps, bro. Faps with
The
the time.
goosebumps. Final boss.
final boss.
Bro,
My
And then-
family, his family. Final boss.
The final
Bloodline rules.
like, bro.
Mama Road.
Mama Rose, the final boss. Mama Rose gonna get the final boss.
But that's literally all he did, and then he fucking dipped. And now he's
He's
saying, "Yo, like I don't need to include
John
myself."
Cena.
Bro,
John
did you
Cena,
see
let's go.
Instagram or something? He literally just fucking. I know people don't believe in kayfabe. It's a suspension of whatever the fuck.
Disbelief.
It's
Dumbass.
disbelief or something. Yeah,
Suspension or whatever.
suspension of your actual beliefs and shit. So he was
Okay,
like,
okay.
he was
Suspended my
on
beliefs.
Instagram,
During this Monday Night Raw, I am an atheist, officially.
bro. Like he said, you got to remember everything's fake. Like he just straight up said that you got to remember
Dude.
everything's fake. Whenever you're
Because-
watching the product,
because he's the
it's fake.
fakest human being in the world. Of course he's
He's
gonna think
that,
everything's
yeah.
fake.
Bro, doesn't he eat in and out like for the first time every 20
For
Yeah,
the
like-
first time
every
ever,
20
yeah.
days? Bro,
He set up a
He's
stall
like,
for Terramana and a children's movie premiere.
Dude,
Crazy.
like, oh my god, he like his cheat day thing. You know his famous cheat day.
Yeah,
Bro's
What?
like, I'm having my cheat day today. What are we having it with?
cheats on his wife.
Caramana tequila.
Terramana, tequila,
Yeah.
final boss.
Bro makes shampoo. Bro makes shampoo.
What
gotta
you
think-
doing making shampoo? I ain't trusting that shit.
Bro, he's good as fucking
It's like if
Maui and
CM Punk
Moana.
made Terramana.
Dude, CM Punk makes a line of crack cocaine.
CM Punk, the straight edge, fucking makes cigarettes, fucking
Yeah?
drugs, alcohols.
Bro.
Now introducing Newport CM Punk edition.
Crazy. So, and then fucking on SmackDown. So I only know the main events and stuff. On SmackDown, he had Randy Orton. So he was talking about John Cena is gonna punt his head off.
Oh, SmackDown.
Oh yeah, I
it
saw that. I
started,
saw that.
SmackDown started, it was Randy Orton. For 2 hours, it was Randy Orton.
I mean, I would not complain. No, on SmackDown, we actually got the fucking setup for the Backlash matches. We're gonna talk about that
Well-
later, but we had Jacob Fatu
Yeah, I
and
think it was LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, and wait.
it was
LA
Damien
Knight, Drew
Priest.
McIntyre,
Priest,
Damien
bro.
Priest,
Why are you
bisexual
disrespecting
Undertaker.
him? Relax. Bondage Undertaker.
Whoa.
That's what Drew
Undertaker, yeah,
McIntyre
that's
said.
Huh.
He told Damon he's a bondage Undertaker like last year. But that's a fatal four-way match. I'm pretty excited for that. Speaking
gonna
of
slap.
which, let's talk about the Backlash card. Let me pull it up. So the Backlash card. So we have
final boss.
fucking Gunther.
The final boss.
We have Gunther versus Pat McAfee.
But let her
Banger.
rules.
Banger. It
Bro,
should be
it's-
bloodline
it's-
rules.
You know, this
Let
should
her
be nah. So hold up, this should be fucking a squash match. If they try to put up a good match, I don't want that shit. This should
But
I
be a
on
want
the
Pat
squash
other
match.
McAfee,
hand,
like-
they had Gunther, like they had Jay no selling Gunther, and then he laid
No,
one punch
Yeah.
on him
so
and he
this
went
is
flying.
what happens. They
No.
squash, and then Goldberg comes out, and he's gonna be like, "Hey,
Yeah,
fuck
not
you."
definitely.
Oh.
Because Goldberg's
Yeah.
always been known as like the locker room. What the fuck? The locker
the,
room.
the locker room.
The
Locker room.
locker
like,
head butter.
Yeah. He fucking cracks his
But
head
like
open.
the enforcer, basically, right? He would
Yeah,
stop bullies.
he would stop bullies and stuff.
Mm.
Yeah.
So this makes sense for him to return. Like
Yeah.
now, bro, Gunther needs a fucking bro. He used to be the chop man, bro. One chop and you're down.
Huh?
1, 2, 3 pin out, and now
Yeah.
he's losing to his own finisher. Alright, so we had so yeah, bro. I think he should squash Pat, fucking destroy him. Michael
it should be
Cole
a
gets
squash.
involved.
I don't want it to be a squash.
Bro,
I
it's
want him to put up
Gunther.
at least like a minute or two of like fighting and stuff.
No, you
And
know what
then
it should be?
essentially what
Nah.
happens,
No.
this is what I want to happen. He puts him in the sleeper, okay, and he doesn't let go, right? He passes him out, and then Goldberg comes out.
No, but that's gonna happen anyways. I just want the whole match to show Gunther as fucking
But like, why does
2014
Pat
Brock
McAfee
Lesnar.
have to be the one to get squashed?
Bro, because he's not a
McAfee
wrestler.
is losing nothing by being squashed.
Yeah, he's
True.
losing nothing. He was
Gunther is
attacked.
losing quite a bit after being squashed
I
by
mean,
Jay. And
If
then
they squash Pat McAfee, what if it's like they're like writing him off the commentary for a bit?
maybe that's possible.
No, I like
Hmm.
him on commentary, bro.
No, I
know
mean,
a lot
like,
of
No, but
people-
he
He
probably
probably wants
has
a break or
stuff
something.
to do.
Yeah, but wasn't that the case when he got attacked in Raw? But he showed up next week anyways.
He got
I
attacked.
don't know.
Yeah,
So
he got
that-
attacked. He passed out and everything. So
He got
I
attacked so
thought-
that he could backlash.
yeah, I mean that also. But I thought like he was gonna be written off at that point. But he was like
Yeah, I thought
there
that too.
next week. Yeah.
Okay.
So
so
now
the
that
next
match
match
has
is-
to be that.
When did they announce it? Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre versus
Yeah.
Ellie.
Yeah.
What? When did this
That's
get
gonna be a
announced?
This was
mega
announced-
This is
banger.
gonna cook,
Bro,
bro.
I predicted this last week after
Mhm.
after they had the segment on SmackDown, and they
Mhm.
actually confirmed it this time.
Yeah.
This match.
I
is
don't
gonna
know
be
if
cool.
do I want Jacob Fatu to drop? I don't
No.
want him to
He
drop.
won't. He won't.
No, he
but
won't.
I want
He
LA
should
Knight to
retain.
move up. I want LA Knight to move up.
Nah, bro. You know what I want? I want Drew
Mhm.
McIntyre to win the championship, bro.
Of
If
course
Drew
you do, but
McIntyre wins-
that's unlikely.
That's good, but don't hand it back to LA Knight. You know,
That's never
LA
gonna
Knight
happen.
needs to move up. He like legitimately needs to move up.
I don't think he'll move up though, because he's like, first of all, he's old, and I
Mhm.
think the time for him to push him to a world title scene was when like the Money in the Bank with Logan Paul and everything was happening.
Bro,
He was
dude, he
the
should have
most
won that Money in the
over.
Bank. If we're being
Uh,
real,
Mhm.
I'm sorry that Damian Priest spot was not good enough at WrestleMania for him to not win the Money in the Bank. I'm sorry, bro.
Nah, that spot was pretty good, bro.
Imagine LA Knight came out then. Imagine that,
facts.
bro.
Mm. Yeah, but you don't have the connection between Drew McIntyre and LA Knight. You
But
already have the
Damian-
connection.
Damien
Damian.
winning built up the Judgment Day breaking up. It had Rhea and Damien being champions at the same
The
time. which
Judgment
led
Day
to
hasn't
the-
even broken up yet.
No, but they separated from Rhea Ripley and Damien Priest.
Yeah,
And they
the
had the
original
Terror Twins.
Judgment Day broke up.
Yeah, the OGs. And they also had the
Where's
Terror Twin
Edge?
setup. Edge is in AEW. Do you mean Cope?
Oh yeah, sorry, Adam
Oh,
Copeland.
no. By the way, Edge, they dropped fucking trademark for Edge.
Yeah,
So he can
because
be
why would
called
they keep
Edge.
it up? I mean,
To
I
be
mean, Edge
totally-
literally said after my contract with AEW is up, I'm just gonna retire. That's what he said.
Aw. Bro,
He
he should have
said
retired here.
after every match in AEW, it takes weeks for me to walk again.
Yeah,
Why are
I
you
saw
wrestling?
that. Bro, retire.
Bro should just
Bro,
retire.
stop.
Coming back from a neck fusion injury, wrestling for so many years, you're so old, bro. You're not Ric Flair. Chill.
Bro, fucking
I got
triple
double
fusion
neck
neck
fusion
surgery.
surgery.
Like your neck, you can't move.
Fact.
And
You have
both
half the
flippy dippy.
mobility.
Not big ups to him. Like his time in WWE, his return, it was actually good.
But why is he doing death matches with John Moxley?
I
I
don't
mean,
get
I
it.
don't know. But
Maybe, of course, it has to be 100% for the love of the game because he's uber
yeah,
rich. Okay, he's so rich. Okay, sorry, but
it's not even about rich though. He just loves wrestling.
no, because
Yeah.
sometimes you can a wrestler wrestles keeps wrestling because they need the money. But like it's obvious Edge does not need the
Maven.
money. So he loves Maven can what the fuck? That's another
Maven.
topic.
Maven.
Bro.
We should get Maven on the podcast, bro.
Maybe on
I
the
do
podcast.
not want to talk to that man.
Why? What
bro?
did he do to
tells
you?
so many good stories.
I
on
want to make
podcasts.
love to that man.
Bro, what?
Never mind. Scratch that. I do want to
Nah,
talk
nah,
to him.
hold up.
I just
we
wanted to
gotta
instigate
Don't
like hate or
scratch
something.
that.
I'm sorry. I love him.
Get
I love
back
him, bro.
on topic.
Like no. I wanted to just instigate something.
You want to
Sorry,
do what
I
with
like
Maven?
Yo,
I'm
Maven,
sorry.
get your man's.
Get your man's Maven.
Bro, Maven's eyebrows though. Bro's kept those. Bro gets
Yo,
those done, like
Bro,
every day,
Maven.
bro.
like chill.
Maven, get
I'm
your
not.
man's.
Maven's
Bro.
attire though, his balls are really bulging.
Bro, whoa! You said that. I didn't say that.
What?
You said that.
I did not have sexual
you
relations
guys are
with
getting
Maven.
off topic, bro. Your fantasies are
Call that
really-
fantasy booking.
Fantasy booking, bro. Fantasy booking me fucking.
fantasy fucking, bro. Maven on
Okay.
the podcast would cook so much though. He has so many stories. Him and,
And
the
we'd be
Undertaker.
like,
I think
he
he
would
has
say
better
like
podcasts
stories,
to
and
do.
he would say
No.
stories, and we would go, Judia.
What? Nah, it's Maven. Bro, he
It's
says
Maven,
stories,
bro.
we be like, damn, that's crazy.
That's
Damn,
crazy.
damn.
Do you guys know how to
Damn.
fucking talk to people? Maven's gonna be
Damn.
like,
You were in a locker room? Damn.
that's crazy.
With men,
With men?
Insane.
Damn, bro.
you were oiling up.
Damn.
Damn, so you bald. Why you bald? Why you ugly?
Why you bald? Why you ugly?
Damn.
Alright, moving on.
The final
So
boss.
we also got on Backlash, we got Lyra Valkyrie and Becky Lynch.
Lyra? No, not Lyra. What? Lyra Valkyria.
Oh,
Whatever the
Valkyria.
fuck.
Bro, nah. So, yeah, the IC title, Becky winning that, I think it's a possibility.
I think
Not a possibility. It's
that it
happening.
is happening. It's going to happen.
Yeah,
And
it's happening. Because
It's
Lyra's
either
run has
that
been
or Bailey
underwhelming.
interrupts. One of the two.
Oh, yeah, true. Because I think she's going to win and then she's going to feud with Bailey for the title.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be excited to see that.
I mean, that
bro.
makes
That's
sense.
gonna
That
cook.
makes a lot of
I
sense.
think no. I think Lyra should retain, and then because Bailey interferes, and then Becky and Bailey have a blood feud.
Nah.
But then
nah,
who's
nah.
Lyra gonna feud with for
But
the title?
that's a different problem entirely.
Nia
But
Jax.
now the issue
No, but
is,
Nia Jax is setting
if
up
you
the
give
thing with
the
Tiffany.
IC title to Becky Lynch, isn't she a Grand Slam champion then?
Has she won the US title?
No,
Like-
the US title just like
Yeah, wasn't it
it just came out.
announced?
We're on our
Hmm.
second US title holder.
But she's
She
gonna
won.
go on to be the first ever woman Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Now they
That's
keep
gonna be the story.
adding belts.
Do you mean titles? Do you mean
You
championships?
Championships.
Actually,
They're called championships.
it's called sports.
A belt.
It's called sports entertainment.
A belt is something you keep your pants up with, which I have never done in my life.
yeah. Apparently, I did have one. Vanessa.
You-
Vanessa.
A belt is something you
So,
put your
for
pants up with.
Backlash, we-
Vince, you do not have the right to say that.
John Cena C. That means I can see him versus Randy Orton for the WWE. Randy's winning.
But if you
I'm
were John Cena, we
betting-
would still be able to
I'm-
see you.
Betting so much money that Randy Orton wins.
Yo, if that happens, that's actually fire.
Guess who's
Actually
Bro,
going
fire.
bankrupt? Guess who's being evicted?
Guess who's it? No,
Bro,
Randy
but
Orton's winning.
nah, hold up. But Do you know what Randy has done to John over his career, bro?
Yeah.
Yes, I
He
know.
And then the
RKO'd
audacity to
his
say,
dad,
after everything we've been through, John,
bro. I
Brother,
you
think
killed
you
his
John's gonna
gave
get his
dad.
you
get
gave the
back,
poor man PTSD, brother. Like,
You
please.
broke into his house and beat his dad up again,
bro.
just for the fun of it.
You threw him into pyro and blew him the fuck up.
You blew him up.
You blew him the fuck up. You, I think John's gonna get his get back for all those things in this match. I think
John
that's what they're
Cena.
setting up.
Or
Bro, they're
or
gonna
we could
bring
have
back
the
Pyro
Slapping
funniest
the
just
ref.
we could have the funniest ending ever where John Cena just kicks him in the nuts.
yeah.
Nah, I think he's gonna slap the ref and then retains. That's what Randy
That's
did, right?
boring.
That's what
That's
Randy did, but that
boring.
is boring, you know. And John Cena is, you know, he's still John
That's
Cena. So
an
I don't think
ending
he's
to a
gonna.
weekly thing.
He's not
not
slapping
a
anyone.
Nah. That's an insane heel heat because he's in Randy's hometown and winning the title like that, bro. Insane.
But he's not winning. He's just like technicality, you know.
Okay, and we
So
also have Jey Uso versus Logan Paul, the match of the
damn,
century, apparently.
dream match. Dream
Whoa!
match.
Dream match.
Oh my
You know, it's
god.
almost like Hulk Hogan versus The Rock at WrestleMania. Like, it's
Bro,
that
this
level.
should be a
Dude,
WrestleMania match.
this match is gonna bang.
I can't believe they
Me,
cut this shit
I
from
hate
WrestleMania.
this.
Bro, nah, but Jey Uso winning the title and his first feud being Logan Paul. I
Like,
don't
do you
know.
want people to hate
I
him?
don't, I don't
No,
Do you
know.
not
bro.
like merchandise
This
sales?
is a lose-lose situation for Logan because
For
he's not
Logan?
winning.
For
For
Jay?
Logan, it means
No,
nothing.
I don't
Logan
even
has
care about. No,
Logan
I
has
don't even care about Jay.
won
No,
10% of his matches so far
dude,
in the WWE.
what I'm saying is that if you make Logan lose, Jay's stock is not going up because he won against Logan Paul. Okay,
Yeah, and if you make Jay lose, then
dude,
fucking
you buried
fire
him. You
him.
Jay
Fire
is,
him
buried him.
Jay is
immediately.
not losing. Jay is never losing. I think what's gonna happen though is
He's never
someone's gonna
losing.
Never lose,
He's never
bro.
loses.
Next
Fucking
40-year
Ric
reign
Flair.
upcoming.
nah for this match though. I think someone's gonna interfere and then that's gonna be their feud
Who?
for
It's
Jay
gonna be a
Uso.
stupid manager again.
Who can
Nah,
do
nah,
it?
nah.
It's
Like
gonna be Travis
interfere.
Scott.
Who should
It's
get
gonna be
feud with though?
YNG
After Logan Paul, who should he feud with?
after Logan Paul.
LA Knight.
Probably LA Knight.
LA Knight. I would
LA
like
Knight,
to
make
see that. I
up.
don't think it's happening though.
I know. One of the War Raiders.
I mean, that's fire. That's actually fire.
Shut up, bro.
Bro.
That's actually fire.
Bro.
Carmelo Hayes. Trick Williams? Maybe.
Carmelo Hayes is gonna feud with Aleister Black. Trick Williams?
Is Trick Williams?
What the
Is he still
fuck?
in NXT?
He's in NXT.
Yeah, call him up. Get him to the goddamn.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening. I don't think he's Braun Breaker. Even
I
Braun
just
Breaker
don't
didn't
know.
get
Like,
that.
I don't know. High mid carders. Like, wait.
Speaking of Braun Breaker, though, like he
We
does
did not
not
speak
have
of
the
Braun
match
Breaker.
yet. Right?
Braun Breaker
So-
is a very good contender for that, actually. But I think that's gonna be later in the feud when they're ready to take the title away from Jay.
I think they should
Yeah.
take it away from him. I won't lie.
But I mean, they should have never
No, but
put
they
it
still
on
need
him.
to give him a reign. They still need to give him a reign, okay?
His reign, either way, is gonna be underwhelming unless he's in very insane story.
No, but he's main event Jey Uso.
But it's either gonna be until
Even-
SummerSlam or until next Mania. That's like
Nah, that's too long. I think it's like 2 PLEs max, bro. No way.
Bro, I'd say
no.
even Gunther's reign was underwhelming.
Jay
His IC
is
reign
not
was
gonna
so much
elevate
better.
that title in the slightest.
He's not, but he sells
He's
merch.
just gonna walk out. He's gonna do it's just me, Oos, and then just die and leave.
Yeah, like I got no actual problem with Jay, but when your gimmick is that you play your entrance twice when coming out, like that's
then
not
twice
for
when you're
me.
leaving.
When your
And
your
twice-
gimmick is that you are the main event, just leave. Just
Yeah, his gimmick when he was in the Bloodline was so much better because he had doubts with Roman Reigns. He was conflicted. He was confused. If you kept that up,
What if he drops to the Jimmy?
nah, that's
What? But just keep
What?
the Usos out of this, man.
keep the
What if he
Usos
drops
out.
to the
The
Roman
only
Reigns?
Uso I want to see win that title is Sami Zayn. He's the only Uso.
Fire,
Bro, hold
fire,
up.
bro, fire.
Nah, speaking of Usos though, I think you know what's gonna happen because they're trying to cater to a wider audience. So Jake fucking Paul, he's gonna
Wider
interfere.
No.
And then
Keep
and
that
then
away.
Jimmy
Keep that
Uso is
away.
gonna interfere.
Keep that idea away. I do not want Jake Paul anywhere
Yo,
near
I
the
think-
bros
I
versus
think-
bros. The
Nah.
Paul brothers versus the Usos.
I think that's a
I'd
spot for
kill
the
myself.
match. I don't think it's a long term
No,
booking. I think it's a spot for the match.
I'd kill myself.
bro.
No way,
Bro,
It's
if I
happening.
bro.
hear it's
It's
every day,
happening.
bro, during a
It's
pay-per-view
happening.
again.
So for Jay, I think that's what it is. Like he's gonna win
Mhm.
against Logan with a brother spot potentially, and then someone who he's gonna feud with later is gonna interfere in the match.
Ah.
But someone who does not have a match yet is Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins, and their faction has been killing it.
I don't think they're gonna have a part in Backlash
Why? Why would you not
because
want
They
that?
have to though. They have to.
like not like a major role. I think they're just
They
gonna like start pub stomping soon. But like
they might
I don't
have
know.
Sammy v Braun Breaker
Wait,
because of
is
what
Kevin
happened in
Owens
Raw.
gonna be cleared for Backlash?
No,
Bro,
no,
Kevin
not
is out
even.
for 5 years.
Kevin's out for
Wait, what?
not 5 years.
Five,
Wait,
Yeah,
what,
actually,
5 months?
actually 5 to 7 years.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Let me confirm it though. Hold up.
I think you're capping
Nah, let me search it up. How
because
long
that's
is
retirement at that point.
Yeah, that's just retirement.
Nah, but they
He's gonna be
said
like 50.
where did I hear it? What the fuck? So 8 to 12 months. That's still like a
Oh, eight
long
to 12
time.
months. Oof.
That's a long time.
Oh, that's a long time.
He's gonna Super Cena it. Just come back at Backlash somehow.
He's coming back at WrestleMania. So Braun v Sammy is the most obvious match right now.
Hmm.
Or Sammy gets a partner. I think what Jimmy Uso. I don't know. And then you get Sammy and a partner versus Seth and Braun. Which would cook?
Mm.
I
Or
mean,
you just get Sammy versus Braun because Seth Rollins is he's the architect, guys. He tells Braun what to do.
Sammy v Braun happened on Raw though. So if anything, Seth v Sammy is the more likely
But you get
option.
the redemption match.
Like,
I don't think you need to redeem that quick because this faction is just building up right now.
it's not even a faction. Like they literally said they have no plans on adding anyone.
Didn't they
I think
literally
that's
give them a
stupid.
name? They
The
gave him a
future.
name and wait.
Yeah, it's called the future.
Braun. It is not Braun Breaker
Yes, it
and
is.
Seth
Yeah, I think it
Rollins.
is called the future,
I
isn't
think
it?
it is called the future.
I do not know. Imagine Brock Lesnar, Paul
No,
Heyman,
I do
Triple
not
Cross,
want to imagine Brock Lesnar.
Paul Heyman, Triple Cross, bro.
I'm good.
Nah,
Bro, if Paul Heyman low blowed Brock Lesnar, he wouldn't even care, bro.
'cause what you're trying to say? You got no
Imagine
balls,
imagine no selling a low blow. Like Brock Lesnar would do that.
bro. That's who was it? Who botched the fucking low blow? I forgot. Tonga Loa.
He
Tonga
bought the
Loa.
low
Yeah, he
blow?
botched the low
What do you
blow.
mean? How? How do
Yeah,
you
he
botch a low blow?
then he. I swear he botched the low blow. He like kicked his ball. He punched his balls twice. He missed the first time.
The balls moved.
You missed the balls, bro.
Yeah, he actually missed
Who
the
are you
ball.
low blowing, Hitler?
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's crazy. But yeah, that's Backlash though. I'm pretty
That's
excited.
back. I'm not. I'm not.
Uh,
I've been. The problem is the. It's just annoying that the buildup is so tiny.
Yeah, they had no time.
I mean,
Literally,
it's not
They
that major of a pay-per-view anyways, so
Backlash is kind of like one of the biggest outside of
it
the big
used to
four.
be. It used to
no,
be.
I don't
It's
think
still
it's the biggest one though.
It used
It's
to
a
be, but it's
filler
not
after
anymore.
WrestleMania.
what? Okay. What's the biggest ones outside of the big four?
Bro?
You know what?
The
In terms of like
biggest,
story relevance and stuff.
it depends. You know, it depends like where you are, what storyline is cooking. For example,
Yeah.
you had in SummerSlam you
Wait,
had CM Punk with Drew McIntyre, but their best match was in
Bad Blood.
when in Bad Blood. Yeah, their best match was in Bad Blood. So it depends. I think their
wow.
international shows are the biggest ones right now. So Crown Jewel, Clash at Paris,
Cody Rhodes, Cody
Cody
Rhodes,
Rhodes, Insane Champ.
Cody Rhodes. Dude,
International crowds,
speaking
they
of,
bring.
we forgot to mention Crown Jewel got moved to Australia, bro.
And it makes
Which
So
no
makes
that
no
means
sense.
sense.
It makes
that
no
means
sense.
there's no Saudi events this year.
No, there could still be one
No,
King of
it's
the
like
Ring.
basically confirmed.
Maybe
Is it?
King of the Ring.
Yeah.
We have Money in the Bank in June. So maybe July you have King of the Ring.
Makes
I
sense.
don't think so. Like they're gearing up for Saudi to have Royal Rumble. That's a big
I mean,
deal.
yeah,
That's
that's a
big,
big,
that's
That's a
big deal.
huge deal, bro. Also, we're going right. Like I'm not capping. Like
Yeah,
I'm going. I'm 100% going, guys.
we going.
We
I
going because Saudi money is gonna get Saudi money level returns. Okay.
They're gonna ask for fucking Ultimate Warrior to come back.
Yokozuna.
Yokozuna Ultimate Warrior.
We need
So
Andre the Giant.
they're gonna bring back Eddie Guerrero to fight Don. So I got a topic for you
Yeah.
guys.
Hmm.
Okay.
Lay it on me.
So WrestleMania didn't get the best
Pause.
reviews and everything, and
Mhm.
you have this constant advertising. You also have these releases. Speaking of the releases, by the way, they released Braun Breaker and Dakota Kai,
Makes
which
no
Not
makes
Braun
fucking
no
sense.
Breaker. They did
Braun,
not
Braun
release Braun
Strowman.
Breaker. They did not.
My bad,
When they
Yo,
do this,
Braun Strowman.
when they do this, no wonder
Dakota,
he's not on the card.
Does Braun Breaker know? Does Braun Breaker
they build a faction. They release them
No
the next
wonder
day.
he's not on the card, bro.
The future,
Someone
what?
contact Braun Breaker.
There is no future,
Wait, okay, let me load up a list of the things. Wait.
bro.
It
WWE
will be like,
releases.
It makes no sense. First of all, you have Rusev returning, and Braun v Rusev would have been such a good
it
match.
would have been so
The
good.
only okay. Wait.
And Dakota Kai as Cora Jade as well. She's
Wait,
fire.
So
nay,
what
wait,
was
they
Dakota
didn't.
Kai doing? I legitimately don't know. What was Dakota Kai
Okay,
doing?
so the reason they fired her because she was getting injured and she was injuring other people. A
Are you
bunch.
for real?
Yep.
I haven't
Okay,
seen
well,
the reasons, but
so
Dakota
let
Kai
me just
was the first woman Triple H brought back.
Braun Strowman and Dakota
Brought
Kai were
back.
the only two where I was like, oh,
Hmm.
oh,
Because Shayna
why?
Baszler, like, no one really gives a shit.
She wasn't on TV for so long.
Yeah.
But
And
the
then Kaden
releases are
Carter,
still not a
I
good
didn't even
thing,
know there's a
though.
person in the main roster called Kaden Carter. And Katana
No,
Chance. I'm sorry, but
no
who?
idea.
Now NXT Cora Jade is kind of insane.
Bro,
Wait, Cora
the
Like,
Jade
thing,
got released?
Cora
yeah,
Jade
that's
got
what I'm
released,
saying.
bro.
That makes no fucking sense.
Gigi Dolan, I didn't know. Eddie Thorpe,
She's from
I knew.
NXT as
Like,
And
well.
I've
Gigi
heard their
Dolan
names.
got released as well?
These are all the NXT
Yeah,
ones. These are all the NXT ones now. Cora Jade, Gigi Dolan, Eddie Thorpe, Jakara Jackson, Riley Osborne, Joe Coffey, Mark Coffey, Wolfgang, Oro Mensa, Javier Bernal, and Danny Palmer. So we
Who's
just don't
left?
watch NXT. Like
Who's
we
I
left?
we
I
got
don't
just
watch
putting this
NXT
out
that
there. We
much,
did not
but
watch NXT. Okay, but Cora Jade was a name that I think everyone knew.
And it
Like
makes zero sense. Why would the
like
fuck would you?
why?
bro,
Wasn't she like at the top of the women's
regardless
division in
though,
NXT like 2 months ago?
It's these are releases, but the what's his name? You know, like Sean Snap from like on Twitter. Like what's I forgot
Mm, what?
what publication he's with. Fightful next. I
Fightful?
like what is
Fightful
it? Huh?
Select?
Fightful
Fightful.
Select.
Fightful Select. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he said some of these are contract non-renewals as well. So like I
Ah.
could see Braun Strowman not doing his contract again. I could see that. You know.
Bro, nah, it's so sad for Braun though, because did you hear like the roast of WrestleMania? Paul Heyman told him like straight up, "You suck. You keep getting injured."
Yeah, I
Like,
saw that.
and then he
So
gets
it's a good
fired.
thing they didn't release it. Like that roast, some of the clips were like just not funny.
And then
They
they released
like
Braun Strowman, bro. It's
Yeah, and
so
they're
sad.
yep, and they're like
It's
taking
actually
down
fucked up.
re-uploads and everything, like
yeah, because
clips.
Paul Heyman just drank a lot and he started speaking the most racist like garbage.
Whoa, I did not see the roast by the way.
I gotta see
Yeah,
that,
he
bro.
kept talking
We
about
need to
like
do a
he,
reaction.
he no, there's not much. There's only a few clips, but he kept talking about how they should close down the border because of all these Mexican like luchadors coming into the WWE. Like, bro,
What?
you
Yo.
just bought AAA. Like, what are you saying?
Also, wait, speaking of AAA,
Yeah.
you know who's a big star in AAA right now?
Who?
Alberto Del
Say
Rio.
no
Damn.
way.
Yeah, and
No
they're probably just gonna
way.
fire him.
Nah, bro. I want to see him
I
back.
want to see him
No,
back,
you
bro.
do not want to
John
see. I
Cena
do
versus
not want to
Alberto
see.
Del Rio.
Rusev
I
versus
Bring him
don't.
back.
Alberto.
I don't want to see that man in the WWE. Did you
I
read his
want to see him, bro.
allegations?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Please keep him away.
What happened?
Oh my god! Like,
Ask Paige.
oh,
Oh, he abused her, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
Abuse is
right,
putting it lightly.
yeah. Oh,
beat
damn.
the shit out of her.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Damn.
domestic violence is not a laughing matter. It's not funny. It's not funny.
I'm coping with aggravated kidnapping and 4 counts of sexual assault.
That's crazy.
Four
Brother!
counts,
That's
4
crazy.
bro. Take a hint.
Yo, he's trying to build a
Shut up!
resume.
No way! And
He's
he's a
trying to
top star in AAA?
Bro, he's
Bro,
a
nah,
grand
they're
slam.
firing his ass
He's
so
a
fast.
grand slam
They're,
felon.
they're
crazy.
Alberto Del Rio AAA. Okay, wow, that is something I did not know. Oh my god. Um, why? He was literally wrestling in a high school gym like a year ago.
Who let him in a high school?
Dude.
Bro,
Yo,
it's so
Braun Strowman's
sad
only
though.
41. For who?
No, cause I actually
Oh,
I
for
would say
you?
like
Okay. I
nah
thought you were gonna
nah.
be like, it's sad for Alberto Del Rio.
No, it's not. It's not. It's sad because I wouldn't say liked. I appreciated him in WWE.
No,
I
I
like
liked
his
him.
theme
I wouldn't
song.
say I didn't like him. Like his car gimmick was so cool, and like he was
The Vince was
literally
trying to build those foreign badasses, so I
yeah
fucked with him. But he's fucked up. He's a fucked up human being.
yeah.
Speak,
Where was our conversation
yeah,
going?
speaking of
God.
fucked up human beings, so I was talking about
Oh,
how we have WrestleMania getting controversy. You have so many advertisements on the ring and everywhere, and still you're getting these releases. So does the question rise: was Vince's era better for the fans?
Some
well, if you
extent, you could
wanna, if you
say it.
wanna, if you wanna look at the broader terms, there's also the economy crashing and inflation being at an all-time high, where there is a very good chance that they're not making as much profit as we think they are, even
Bro,
with all the
nah.
sponsors.
They signed
Because right
multiple
now,
billion-dollar deals with Peacock,
no. So
Netflix.
I'm playing devil's advocate. Hear me out, okay? There's a chance that happened, okay? And there's a chance that they do need all these advertisements,
TKO
because
stock
they're
went up
paying all these
10.63%
They
last month.
they
don't,
are paying all these wrestlers like not decent. They're paying these wrestlers generational wealth. Okay.
bro. Nah, cause you have to think about it. See, WWE has been making money. Okay, right now they're making billions, billions. I don't think that inflation is affecting them as much. It's just TKO is trying to commercialize it to the point where it's like it's just a money making machine instead of the actual
See,
product.
at the end of the day, it's capitalism. And in capitalism, no one cares about your feelings or human
But
beings. The
fuck
But
the
but
bottom
but
poli-
line,
it's it's
bro.
it's
bro.
been capitalism for like
I
60
know,
years.
I know.
Fuck
So
the
why?
I'm
political
paying the
side
bad
though.
guy right now, okay, brother? Like I'm just like
Fuck the political side. You
okay,
have to
damn.
see as in like was Vince's era better for the fans in the sense like he was focusing more on storylines, and
If
he
you
was
zoom out, if you zoom out fully from the start of Vince's to the end of
nah. You can
Vince's,
never do that.
no, I'm just saying, it's a net
You can never do
positive.
that at the point.
It's not
But
just a net positive. It's
like
something
the
that no
basic
one has
stuff,
ever
for
done and no one
example,
is ever
keeping
gonna
the
Yeah,
ring
do again.
sacred, and even though he had some stupid ass fucking storylines, right now the best storyline you have the faction one, but apart from that, your biggest star is just your biggest star because he's making money. He's selling shirts
was
and shining
Roman
heat.
Reigns given the title in the Vince era?
What?
Was Roman
Um,
Reigns given the
Yeah, yeah,
title in the
yeah.
yes.
Vince era?
No shit. It's Roman
So
Reigns.
so you gotta, man, keeping the ring sacred is true, but like WWE still had quite not as many. This is egregious. I will agree with you on that. There's too many
Bro,
ads,
you have dude
but
vibes on a
it's
main
not.
event in
It's
WrestleMania. Like
it's not like they were squeaky clean back then, but it was much more like
it
how
was
you
much
say.
Oh,
more.
like you had a
It was
logo on the
tasteful.
apron.
Yeah,
It
you
was
had a logo
tasteful
on the apron, and it was tasteful. Yes, it was tasteful.
because you were
The
getting
moment,
advertisements on television mostly instead of the
dude,
actual arena.
the
So
moment they realized they can put an LED on any flat surface, it was over.
Yeah,
WWE
and
really discovered screens.
Yeah.
the new
Barriers,
ring time,
barricades, screens.
bro. I don't
It's gonna
fuck
be on
with
the
the
Footprints,
new
floor.
ring.
footprints, screens.
Cause you have a fucking red ring on Raw with the WWE logo. Like, what are you trying to do, bro? Just
Dude, like,
keep it how it
Like
the
was.
fact
that's
that
the type of
CM
shit I
Punk
would make
bent
when
down.
they announce the fucking, when you could make an arena for the first time in like WWE 12. That's the
Yeah,
type of shit I
create.
was making. Like, oh, Raw has a red ring.
Yeah, and trying to make it UFC esque, boxing esque,
Yeah,
like putting advertisements and
No,
shit.
bro. Hell in a Cell on the Raw is red. Hell in a Cell
I'm gonna put
on
the
SmackDown
SmackDown
is
logo on
blue.
every corner of the
Yeah,
ring.
those creative decisions were ass. But TKO right now, you have to look at it. They're interfering with WWE more than Triple
No,
H. Because
I just gotta say, Triple H could stop it.
Triple H cannot
Triple
stop
H
it
Cannot
because
100%
stop it
can
because
he
stop it.
cannot.
No,
no,
he
because
can.
TKO has
no,
more shares.
because it's a the shareholders. You can't
Yeah,
one man can't do anything.
and they've officially outbought them. So Triple H does not have more say than TKO at this point.
Dude.
They have majority shares, so they can do more. And Triple H is bringing back fucking. So yeah, when Triple H was put in charge, so the first PLE did SummerSlam, he brought back Bailey, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky, and now you're releasing Dakota Kai, the first woman you brought back when you were in charge. I don't think that's Triple H doing that. It's TKO. So TKO has more
Dude,
shares.
but he probably tried something and it did not work. And
More likely.
they like the fans, you gotta think about it. A wrestler is only like, yes, they can have the best in-ring skills and whatever, but some wrestlers just don't stick to the fans.
But that
The
doesn't
You
mean
fans
know?
release
loved
them.
Dakota Kai. What you talking
Yeah, the
about?
fans were hype.
Dude, I don't know.
Like the only thing they fucked up on was how they handled Damage Control's breakup and everything. But apart from that, because like right now, only Io Sky is thriving. Even Bailey, she was left out of WrestleMania.
Bro,
Dakota Kai, I don't know what she's been doing. So that's not Triple H, I don't think, because Triple H loved his fucking NXT stars. This is all TKO. So that begs the point. Like I said, Vince's era. Thoughts?
I mean,
well,
Vince's era, he was definitely more focused on the company rather than, the sponsors and all
The
that. He was more
finance.
focused, yeah, the finance, because he was like, if you make a good product, you're making good money. And that's the simple
but
equation that he put.
was he? Let's
You
talk about
okay?
this.
So
Was he
encapsulating a 60-year
towards the?
career is very
I'm
hard because if you look at the last few years of Vince, or you look at the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era, even some parts of the PG era and all of that, it's
but
pretty damn good.
the Vince refused to listen to the fans.
But he did listen to the
He
He
did.
fans.
no,
He
he did
did.
He
not.
did.
It took
If
so
wait,
much begging for Daniel Bryan. Do
but it
you remember how
happened.
much
If
But
Vince
it
did,
built
begging?
a
wait,
storyline. It
yeah,
built in
because
one of
he
the
wasn't
best.
listening to the fans in the first place. But then you got to build it. When you have the plan, okay, we're gonna have him at Mania now because the fans want him. You let it build at least. You just don't do a 180 next week. The fucking
Dude.
Rock.
And the thing is, because Vince, apart from the money side, you'll always say Vince is the better booker of all time, because you cannot compare Triple H right now.
He is the
He
best
only
booker
has
of
2
all
years.
time. Triple H
Yeah,
I
like needs another 10, 15 years before he's
I
even
he's
close
not the
to that
best
level.
person, but he is the best booker.
okay, but
King Booker.
is there any Vince McMahon era that lives up to WrestleMania 40's
Yes,
ending?
Yes, you
yes.
have The
What?
Rock versus
Did you
Hollywood
forget?
Hogan.
Hold up, nah.
Nah,
Did you forget Chris
nah.
Benoit when he won the title at WrestleMania?
No, like legit, that
Like
was such a
actually,
big moment.
genuinely.
Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit in the ring.
And did you forget? Did you forget Sean B. Taker? Did you forget all those WrestleManias? Even in
But
the last 10 years,
so
I'd say
like
WrestleMania
I
30.
said in the beginning of this point, you look at the broad picture. Yes, it's a net positive, right? But towards the end, the last 10 years of Vince, it was some of the best and also some of the worst wrestling
Yeah,
ever.
facts. No shit.
Like in Triple H's era, it's like a median of good, you know? It doesn't dip too far down. When it goes up, it goes pretty far up. In Vince's era, when it went down, you were in the trenches. it was like so. Why
we have
were there
we have Jey
bodybuilding
Uso.
Why were they having bodybuilding contests in the ring? Like, what was going on here?
That was Vince's wet dream. That was it.
Yeah, and also if you bring that back into the sponsorships thing, like instead of bringing every sponsor known to mankind into one fucking ring, he tried to expand the business. I mean, most of it failed. The XFL, the bodybuilding league, and whatever the fuck, most of it
WWE
failed.
Studios.
But at least you can say that he tried to make WWE expand WWE rather than bringing all these random sponsors to the apron.
But all of this, I'm not saying Triple H is a bad booker. He's amazing. His last two Royal Rumbles have been slacking though, and he does mess up, but that's human. But my
His
point
last
is,
few Royal Rumbles have been lacking. Nah, bro. Okay, sorry.
nah, the
Continue.
last two Royal Rumbles were ass, bro. I don't know
Yeah.
what you're on. They were actually ass. So I'm hopeful for the Saudi one because it's Saudi. They're gonna have some big ass returns. The ending needs to be good. But my main point is, I think it's most of TKO. It's not even Triple H. Is these constant fucking advertisements shoved down in my fucking throat, and you have no more sacredness to the ring. You have no more sacredness to the sport. You don't focus more on the product. You're focusing more on the outcome made, like the money made and shit.
Yeah. Because when
Yeah.
you're
So I
watching
don't.
a sport, like UFC, you don't really pay attention, to the sponsors on the trunks or the apron or whatever. But when you're watching, because that's a sport, when you're watching WWE, you're watching it like a TV show. Imagine if you're watching Breaking Bad and then every few seconds there's a sponsor. He's drinking Pepsi. Oh, now he's using dude wipes.
Yeah, exactly that. You can compare other combat sports with WWE, but I don't have a problem with the ring sponsors because we're too far into it. I have a problem with fucking sponsors being all over the LEDs when it's the main event. When
I
it's
have the biggest problem with sponsors being part of the match. Like
yeah,
you have matches for sponsors. You ruined a match with the Fiend versus LA Knight, so you can have fucking
Mountain
Mountain
Dew
Dew,
Baja Blast.
Baja fucking blast. You stripped the fucking best tag. Like it would have been the one of the best matches of WrestleMania, the ladder match. You took that away so that you can have a fucking Clash of Clans
I don't
sponsored
think that was
match.
why Warriors, but I don't think that was the case. I
That was
think that
the
was
reason.
because that was not the reason. Did they tell you that? That was not the
I
reason.
have a fucking brain.
Nah, bro, that was because New Day wanted the moment in WrestleMania. That's it.
Okay. Well, we're not going back to this topic. Get out of here.
We never went
Listen.
into
We
this
never
topic.
went to this topic.
Okay.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Okay. But dude, think about it this way, okay? When you were watching, now I want you to answer with your gut and with your genuine feelings, okay? Not some hindsight this and that, like what you felt in the moment.
Bro, it's not a
When you were
psychology.
watching Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus CM Punk, did you for a single second think about the sponsors in the ring or
No.
anywhere?
No.
Nah, no.
No.
That's what I'm
So
saying. My
that's
biggest
that
sponsor with the
that's
sponsors is when they're integrated into the match because it just takes you
Yeah,
out of the whole event.
yeah. So when we're talking about keeping the ring sacred, like that's a conversation for another day.
now I
The classic
said I don't
dance
care
match and
about the ring
everything.
having sponsors or what.
Okay.
I don't care about
But
that right now.
it's when if the wrestling is good, I think that's what Triple H's end goal is. I think he realizes he's put himself in a very bad spot, So he's like, if I make the wrestling good enough, okay, real wrestling fans will not care about the sponsors. The advertisers are gonna be happy because they're gonna get their photo opted. Oh, CM Punk is on Fatal Fury and
Yeah.
this and that. But then the real wrestling fans just get to enjoy some good wrestling because I'm sorry, there's nothing from the Vince era that compares to some of these matches in Triple H's eras. I'm gonna
But
be dead
I
serious,
think that's
and
just
I'm a
recency
fan.
bias.
And one of my favorite matches is Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker. Okay, like, and the emotions that Triple H's matches invoke, I just don't think Vince's matches
I
ever
don't
did.
think it's that thing about the
Nah.
match. I think it's more about the long-term storytelling. There wasn't much in the Vince era for long-term
Yeah,
storytelling. You
yeah.
had
I
really
fuck with it.
insane matches when Vince McMahon was booking. Like
Yeah.
that's not the right
I think
debate.
that's recency bias because
Yeah.
you have top tier matches in H's era, but so was Vince. Vince was booking fucking hard shit. Bro, so many matches on normal fucking television,
On
not even
normal
pay-per-view.
television, just SmackDown and Raw, like you had the 5-star classic between CM Punk and John Cena on Raw.
On Raw.
It was on Raw.
So yeah, Vince
Well,
has
that's
made
because
some
the
terrible
wrestlers went
decisions.
at it and the
Nah, but
Well,
producer.
then your point doesn't really make sense because the wrestlers
yeah,
My
go at it
point
now
does
too.
make
Triple
sense.
H is in
No,
the ring like
yeah,
a
but
puppet master.
Triple H is you brought up such a good point where you said Triple H is looking at the long term, and Vince looked at like not the short term but like the medium term, you know. But it's like when I speak out loud, I did like that part of Vince's era too. You could drop the world championship on a weekly show in the Vince era. That was so
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, but
but
that happens in H's era as well,
No,
bro.
it does not.
Did you
No one's
forget
losing
Jay
the world
Uso?
heavyweight.
Jay Uso
What?
won the IC title, his first singles title,
No,
on a
I'm not talking
random
about
Raw.
mid
I mean the
card.
IC title, the mid card
I'm
titles
not.
change hands all the time.
I'm talking about world championships. They would lose those on weekly shows back then.
Yep, that's
Which you
that's one of my
sacrifice your long term storytelling for like the shock factor.
that's one of my big points. Like you had that randomness. Like
I think that should
when you
happen
think
more
something is
though.
real, it has that element of randomness,
I think the
and that's
concept
lost.
I think the concept of big title change happening on SummerSlam or WrestleMania, it's not the I don't think it's a good thing, but you shouldn't do it every time. You should still change
Yeah, it
titles
gets
on normal shows.
predictable.
It's so
Yeah.
predictable, bro. On
And like you
SummerSlam
have
you had new
world
changes.
champions and they walk into a PLE and it says defended 2 times. What?
Yeah.
What do you mean they only
Yeah.
He's been
defended
a
it 2
champion.
times?
He's been a champion for 6 months.
What happened to they have defended every month or like every week or something?
They just
Yeah, so
defend the titles every month, and I hate this thing where you miss 1 or 2 titles, they're not being defended on a pay-per-view. Like just
Yeah. What's
why?
the point of a pay per
Especially
view if you're not
okay,
defending a
okay,
title?
I can get that on any other pay-per-view like Backlash. You don't need to defend every title, but at WrestleMania, how are you leaving out titles on WrestleMania? That
that was
makes no
happening in
sense.
Vince's era too though.
Yep,
Vince
okay, but that's not my point in like the debate. It's just a
also
thing
are we leaving
off
that
track.
debate behind now? So
I guess like
alright, yeah, moving on. Yeah, I feel WrestleMania should have every title defended, bro.
it should.
It
Definitely.
needs to.
why we had Night of Champions.
And Night of Champions fucking suck. So shut the fuck
It
up.
did. It did.
I mean,
did.
it came back. It did come back last year.
Oh
It
my
happened in
god!
Saudi, right?
But
Oh my.
I don't like those stipulation type of pay-per-views like Hell
You
in a
don't like Hell
Cell.
in a
Guys,
Cell?
No, I do not like the pay-per-view of a Hell in a Cell at all. I much prefer when it's a blood feud and then it builds up to a Hell in a Cell match instead of it being, oh, we're having a feud and Hell in a Cell is coming up, so fuck you, I'm gonna beat your head on a cage.
Guys,
I'll
my
fuck
next
with-
pay-per-view idea. Guys, my next pay-per-view idea. Hear me out. Steel cage.
I hate steel cage matches.
You just call it
Cage match.
steel cage.
I do
No,
not like
The
steel
steel
cage
cage
matches.
matches, it's like people don't know how to
They're
book.
so boring.
Every steel cage match ends with like an interference.
Interference, yeah.
Yeah,
No one like wins or
the
loses.
indies have insane steel cage matches. They don't give a fuck.
Oh, they can leave through the door or from the top of the cage.
No,
Wrestler gets to the top of the cage, looks down.
Just
He's like,
looks down.
"Fuck
Yeah, I
it,"
wanna
and then
die.
Fucking Great Khali returns and chokeslams Randy Orton when he's trying to escape a
But
cage.
that was the Punjabi prison.
when's
Oh,
the
my
Punjabi
bad.
prison PLE, bro? Like what?
Yeah,
What?
we need that. We need
When
the
Chinder's
Punjabi.
champion again, bro.
We need an
Let's
I
get
Quit
it.
PLE. We need a triple threat PLE. We need a
We-
fatal 4-way PLE.
We
did have
had a fatal.
four-way.
We did. It was called Fatal 4-Way.
Bro, we need a normal match pay-per-view, like
Yeah, just called
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
just call it one-on-one.
Wrestling. No, just called wrestling.
Just call it wrestling.
No, you know what? It's not even professional wrestling. They're just going at amateur wrestling. They got mats on the ground. They're just going at it.
Bro,
Oh my god.
I'll kill myself
fuck
before I watch that.
Dude, what do you mean? It would
We
be the
had
Vince era.
we had a fucking submission PLE.
Wait, what?
Breaking
Yeah,
point.
yeah, breaking
Oh my god,
point.
Breaking Point, you're right.
Breaking-
We had breaking point. Remember bragging rights.
Bro,
Holy shit.
my
You have
God.
Survivor Series.
You have a
Oh, fuck
shitty
it.
Survivor Series.
You have a shitty
like-
Survivor Series.
Guys, but then SmackDown can get bragging rights.
Aha! Who has the bragging rights?
Also, I
Then
don't know.
Survivor Series happens.
I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I prefer. I like the Survivor Series War game. They have been like good, very good, insane.
I
I
mean,
would
that's
though.
probably the best stipulation they brought back.
I would though prefer to see like those team matches
Yep,
again.
the OG
The
Survivor
OG
Series
team
matches.
matches.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you had Team Cena
Where's
versus
my
Team Authority.
Where's my
Not
6-man
necessarily,
tag team?
yeah, not necessarily Raw v SmackDown, but like build up a feud of like two factions. Like you
They
have a
just
good
don't have
chance right
factions
now.
anymore.
Nah, they're building. I hope they do listen to the fans and build up the faction with Braun, and
We
then you
need the
could have,
Nexus again. We need Wade Barrett back to build the Nexus.
bro. Are you high right
Wait,
now?
wait, 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 wait,
Bruh,
wait, 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 wait. He has a
fucking
point.
the
He has a point. Now
core.
listen, listen, listen.
The core.
No. If they bring back the Nexus, Wade Barrett can just be like have a manager role and like bring people
Wade
from
Barrett can be
NXT.
the
Yeah,
he
just
can be the wise
like the
man.
original Nexus. Yeah, be the wise man, be the
Bro, and
mouthpiece.
you could have a redemption match against John Cena and his faction.
Yo,
Fucking Travis Scott and shit. The Rock,
Travis
John
Scott.
Cena, and
Yeah, the
Travis
Fortnite
Scott.
gang.
The
The
Fortnite
Fortnite
gang.
Fuck
gang.
it, fuck it. Get the hot dog out here.
No, but that's gonna be like the Soul something or the Final Bosses team or whatever. And you could
The
have
final
those
boss.
against
The
the
final
Nexus.
boss is Steve. You know what I want? The final
And
boss.
bro, the Nexus could have, you can have Roman Reigns, CM Punk, you can have Wade Barrett as their wise man, you can have Randy Orton.
Wait,
I
what?
think
What?
you
Like,
Why would you
fundamentally
have no? That makes
I think you
no sense.
fundamentally do not know what the Nexus is.
not the
The
new
Nexus.
Nexus, the new Nexus.
Yeah,
But
they're
the
NXT
meaning of the
stars.
Nexus, it makes no sense.
Was it?
Yes, the
Yes,
Nexus were
yes, it was
NXT
NXT
stars.
stars because they weren't getting any recognition.
I
They're like,
mean,
yo, fuck you.
you could alter it.
And then John Cena buried all of
But
that.
what's the point? Just have a different faction.
I mean,
Just
Roman Reigns
have
was in
team.
NXT, you know.
I just want Wade Barrett back in like storylines. Man, I miss him. See, my favorite gimmick was the list. You just made the list.
The list was that was a good gimmick.
Chris Jericho should host a fucking Hall of Fame ceremony where it's just himself. He comes out and he like every gimmick he's ever done, he inducts himself one by one like 6 times.
Damn.
That would honestly be really good for AEW. But
But
they
you
don't
could,
like good storylines.
Chris Jericho needs to come back to WWE before he retires.
No,
Like,
No, I think
don't
he should
want
just
No.
retire because because there's
think-
nothing left for him to do.
not like matches or anything, but like
Yeah, he
could
should
do-
he should be like legend,
he a
like
Hall of
under a
Famer?
Legends contract.
Yeah.
No, he's not a Hall of Famer.
Oh,
He's
but he
not.
deserves it. Is John Cena gonna be
Yeah,
a Hall of
of
Famer, guys? Let's discuss.
Why are you
I
stupid?
don't think he is, bro.
I don't think so either, guys.
No,
I don't
no,
get this.
wrestling.
Yeah, he's ruining wrestling.
He's
never gonna be.
he is ruining wrestling.
Yeah, guys,
He won't be. He won't be. I think before John Cena, you should have what's his name? I forgot. Fucking Santino Marella. Is he Hall of Fame?
John
He
Cena.
deserves it.
John Cena.
John Cena.
Is Hornswoggle Hall of Fame?
I think he is.
Is he?
I think he is.
No.
Like legitimately.
Now we gotta fact check this. Hold up. Let me fact check this. Is Hornswoggle Hall of Fame?
He is not currently a member. Yeah.
Wow, shock.
Shock.
No.
Crazy.
Man.
Wait, is Santino? Let me see. Has Santino
No.
been inducted?
No.
What did I spell?
It's
Is
Chris Benoit.
They
Is he?
revoke that shit if he was.
Oh, Santino is not. Damn. Bro, but controversy aside, Chris Benoit should be Hall of Fame.
I mean, if you look at it, yeah. You can just say, yeah, he's a fucking bad human being,
Yeah, he's
but he was a
shit
damn
human
good
being, but
wrestler.
He was an insane wrestler.
Insane wrestler. No, literally insane wrestler. He's
I don't know
literally, he
anything
would have
about
been
Chris
in the Hall
Benoit.
of Fame.
I don't think I've ever seen a full Chris Benoit match.
No, he was actually
He was
insane in the ring.
actually
Like
insane.
one of the best technical wrestlers ever.
Yeah, facts.
But he was short.
Did you forget who Rey Mysterio is?
But Rey Mysterio is Mexican.
You thought Hornswoggle was in the Hall of Fame.
You thought Hornswoggle was in the Hall of Fame.
Bro, Hornswoggle deserves it. What do you mean?
Oh my god, bro.
Do you know how long he'd be under that ring for?
How long?
I don't know. You ask him.
I'm asking you.
Nah, I asked Hornswoggle. I wasn't there.
Oh damn. Hornswoggle, he's the goat though.
Remember when
Bro, you know who's the
DX
goat?
chased him under the ring, and they had the whole little
The
people
midget
society.
court or something.
Yeah.
No, but what's the better storyline? Is it Hornswoggle being Vince's son, or is it Jason Jordan being Kurt's son?
Huh.
Would you rather have a Hornswoggle son or a thought daughter?
Or Jason Jordan? Bro, Jason Jordan produces.
Jason-
He produces insane matches now. Insane matches. I think he produced the WrestleMania 40 ending.
Damn.
That
Yeah?
was Jason Jordan, yeah. And Bobby Roode produced this one, so he's ass.
Bobby Roode?
Yeah,
Wasn't Bobby Roode a wrestler?
yeah.
Yes.
Wasn't Jason Jordan a wrestler? Are you
Jason Jordan is a
stupid?
wrestler?
Bro,
Oh, Jason Jordan the wrestler, not the
wrestlers
drummer?
make
Oh.
matches, dumbass.
Oh, I was thinking about the Slipknot drummer. He's dead too.
On that note, thank you so much for watching.
Joey Jordans?
That's
I took his